Welcome back to another Lit Happens video. Today we're going to take you through the rubric breakdown for the Reading to Write module. This is always going to be our starting point. Not only does it set us up for success in terms of understanding what we and our students will need to do, but also gives students the confidence to understand the tasks that they are going to be engaging with. Super simple but easy strategy that can help with the rubric breakdown, having students actually highlight in different colors or determine which statements are learn about statements or more about content and which are the skills statements. So you might want to guide them to look at the statements that have something to do with the process of reading, engaging with reading, exposure to good literature, exposure to styles of writing, versus then the responding statements, usually in the latter half of the rubric, where students have to actually consider how they will interpret, analyze, understand, and then respond, consider, compose. Now, while usually the assessment for this is more creative tasks, they might not necessarily have to embed a lot of their rubric in their assessment response, but if they are going to be composing a reflection statement, a really good starting point for them is to gather these key sections of the rubric that have to do with the reading to write process, and then they can reflect that within their reflection statements where they're actually examining their own creative pieces of writing. Now the rubric reflections, something really simple but powerful that you can have students do either before they read the rubric or in response to reading the rubric, is actually get them to examine what they think reading is, what it means, the relationship between reading and writing. You're really allowing here some reflection to take place so that the students can put themselves within the rubric and actually start to examine it with their own experiences so far. So they can actually use texts that they've examined before, activities they've done in Year 10, and actually use that as a springboard for immersing themselves in this reading to write relationship. It is also the perfect opportunity to get them to see relevance in this topic moving forward in their HSC, how this rubric is going to help them get ready for Year 12 English, how they can develop their own voice, which is going to be so necessary when they're composing for their assessments and in future, as well as having them engage with the tools that they need to develop their own analysis skills, their own interpretation skills, and how they can actually incorporate feedback to produce a process where they're constantly refining their understanding and their writing.